Hey guys, Lucas here from Vintage Surplus, and today we're taking a look at the Army combat pants. Take a look at what they are, where they came from, the features, the pros and cons about them, and then why they're a good option for anybody to get if they're looking for combat pants. So let's take a sort of a deep dive and a knee into combat pants. All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at the Army solution to Crye being yet again very expensive. So what happened is in the early 2000s, Crye came out with pants, the combat pants, that were a pant that integrated PPE, flexibility, and better fitment for the end user to wear, and you saw heavy use of these within SOF elements. These were great pants, they're groundbreaking. I don't know if they were the first ones to ever really do this, but they're the first ones to do it right and the first ones to get widespread use. So Crye had these pants, and Army was like, man, I really want these for our regular troops. So they went out and they bought Crye pants. So the first generation of Crye, or the first generation of Army combat pants, are actually just Crye pants that are stamped U.S. Army. But Crye being Crye, that was very expensive. And the Army was like, man, we really want these for our regular troops. So they went and made their own. They cut some features out, and they left some features, and overall they made a pant that does the job pretty well and has the main feature that everybody really wants, which is integrated knee pads. So let's go over the features of the Army combat pant and kind of compare it to the Crye combat pants. All right, so features of the Army combat pant compared to the Crye combat pants. Now, Cryes, if you've ever looked at them, ever seen a picture of them, or worn them, they are nice pants. They have a better fit than your standard, garrison pants, and they have the stretch panels built in, so the stretch panels allow them a lot more flexibility with that more athletic fit they have. The Armor's like, man, those stretch panels are expensive, and they're not that durable, because at the end of the day, Crye combats that are used over a long period of time, those stretch panels, they blow out. They get holes, burrs in them, they blow out. So by taking the stretch panels out and going all one material, it saves some money and keeps them pretty durable. But what ended up happening is, essentially it took regular combat pants, regular garrison pants, whatever you want to call them, and they put knee pad slots on them. So that way they got what they really wanted, the Crye combat pants, which is integrated PPE, the knee pads. And they stuck with the Crye knee pads. So you're taking, and what you're getting when you get Army combat pants is a great pair of pants, which is the ACU cut combat pants with integrated protection for your knees and joints. Other feature-wise, Crye combats have thigh pockets. They cut that out for the Army ones. But the first generation of Army combat pants, and again, it proves Crye's just too expensive, was the first generation of Army combat pants were Crye combat pants, stamped U.S. Army. And they were nice. They were super nice. But again, they wore out very, very quickly, especially when you're using that one pair of pants a lot. So that's what happens when you give a grunt one pair of pants or two pairs of pants, and that's the ones they want to wear, they just wear out. So these ones definitely more durable than your typical pair of Cryes, with a more relaxed fit to overcome the lack of stretch material. So feature-wise, same as your ACUs, but with knee pads. But those knee pads really do it for them, make them that much nicer. All right, so I'm gonna hit on fitment again real quick. I know I kind of went over a little bit. So when the Army made the combat pants, because they got rid of the stretch panels, they relaxed the fit in the pants themselves. So when you're buying a pair of these Army combat pants, still go through normal size, because as far as waist goes and as far as length goes, it's normal sizing. But they did relax the butt and the thighs and the legs a little bit to overcome the lack of stretch panels, but still retain that range of motion you were getting with combat pants. So if you're on the skinnier side like I am, they're gonna be pretty baggy on your pants. And it's gonna be maybe a little bit of a loose fit that you're not extremely a big fan of, but if you're a guy with thicker legs, bigger butt, any of that stuff, they're gonna fit you pretty well, honestly. And they're gonna fit you a lot better than combat pants would. You're less likely to blow out your crotch, less likely to blow the ass out, all that kind of stuff. So fitment wise, a little looser fit than your standard garrison ACUs or combat pants, but still pretty great on you, especially if you're a little bit of a thicker guy. So getting back to what really makes these pants so great is the integrated knee pad protection. So these use the standard Crye Airflex knee pads. That's what fits in them. That's really the only knee pad fits in them. If you find something that says it's compatible with Crye pants, it's gonna work with them too. But for the Army ones, they issued Crye knee pads with them. They fit in a pocket. So just take a look at how you put these knee pads in and how you take them out, because it is neat at the end of the day. But the knee pads fit in there pretty easily. So there's a covered portion, so you can cover the knee pad up, or the knee pad slot up. If you don't want to wear the knee pads in there, you can cover that up plenty easy. But you just take this portion and you're gonna fold it in and take your knee pad and you're gonna slide it in there. Now you see there's some hook and loop sections right here, and they made up right in there with the knee pad. You slide it in there, and you can do this while you're wearing them too. It's actually a little easier while you're wearing the pants. But it goes in there, and then you flush those things out, and it fits plenty well. So your knee pads sit in there nice and easy, and it just forms to the shape of your knee as it is. Now for adjusting these around your leg, On the back side are 2 tabs where you can just on this hook and loop strip right here and get it tied against your knee. As far as ride height goes, within the cargo pocket, there is a strip right here, and you can adjust how high they're sitting. So if you're wearing a medium regular, but the knees are a little too low on you for whatever reason because you have a longer thigh, you can pull them up or have them sitting low where they kind of sit naturally. So you can adjust these up just fine and get them secured to your body, and those knee pads come out real easy. And again, if you're not wearing the knee pad itself, you can cover that up with this extra portion material. So yeah. And it goes in there and it has a more flexible rubberized shell that is pretty impact resistant and pretty puncture resistant. I have cut this one just for fun, just to see how much it took. It took quite a bit to cut through this thing. It's pretty thick, and yeah, they're plenty comfortable. But there is some give and take here, because on your more traditional knee pads, which are hard shell with a lot of padding, those are pretty comfortable to wear on a hard surface for a long amount of time. As much as they don't feel comfortable to wear sometimes and look really bad sometimes, they are comfortable at the end of the day. So Crye, they cut down a little bit of that, where it's more flexible shell with some padding underneath. So it's still plenty of protection for your joints and your knees, but it's not as good for like rocky surfaces or anything that's gonna poke in there. You're gonna feel a little more and a lot faster. So give and take there, but you get integrated knee pads. You don't have to worry about taking on and off, and aren't as bulky. So that's that. Another point to bring up is the Army has started replacing these because again, Crye is getting expensive. Because of whatever reason, Crye is the only one able to make these knee pads for, however they've managed to swing that within government contracts. Army said, I don't want to pay for these anymore, or whatever reasoning they had, and they're making the advanced combat pants. So those, we've only got a couple pairs of those in, but they are pretty neat, and they take a more Patagonia style knee pad that are not compatible with any of the Army combat pants. Eventually, we'll do a video on those when we get a few more pairs in and a few more sets of the knee pads in. But these have been replaced. It's worth mentioning that the Army is getting rid of these combat pants in favor of their own in-house design. Okay, so that's the gist of the Army combat pants. So these are pretty good pants, and the best part about them is they are affordable. If you're looking to buy a pair of Cryes or something similar to Crye pair of pants, brand new, you're gonna look at about $300, especially if you're buying Crye pants. Now, if you're buying the used market, if you're buying like Patagonia, something like that, you're still looking at over $100 for a pair of used ones, unless you just get lucky. What makes Army combat pants great is because they're available on the surplus market. You can buy a pair of these for $100 or less, brand new, even less if you go used. And if you're vintage surplus like us, defect condition, when we have those in stock, you can for even less and still have usable pants that have the built-in protection for knee pads. So that's what makes it so great, is that they're affordable, and when you get Army ones, they are automatically FR. So the Army combat pants only come in flame-resistant material. So you have the added protection layered to your pants if you need it, and if you don't need it, it's there. So you really can't argue too hard because it's just there. But yes, these are a great pair of pants. They're affordable, and if you need a pair of pants that take knee pads because that's what you want for whatever you're doing, these are a great option for that. So make sure to check these out. Make sure you head over to VintageSurplus.com and check these out. Grab a pair. We have them in stock quite often because we like to keep these in stock because everybody loves them. And we have knee pads for them most of the time too. So make sure you can grab a pair of pants, a pair of knee pads for them, and still have under half the cost of a pair of brand new Crye pants. But yeah, check those out. Check our Instagram out because we like to feature this kind of stuff on a near daily basis. Make sure to sign up for emails if we're out of stock. When we get more of the advanced Army combat pants, you can see when we get more of those in, so you can grab a pair if you're really looking for those ones, and just everything in between, sales and all that kind of stuff. So appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. I look forward to the next video with you.